It's a West End rivalry on the gridiron underneath the Friday night lights between two playoff-worthy teams. Welcome to Sports Wire. I'm Will Catterley. Hermitage versus Glen Allen. Each school is just separated by a mere 2.5 miles. The Jags right off Staples Mill and the Panthers just down the street off Hungry Springs. And that's why they call it the Battle for Staples Mill. Even though they aren't both on Staples Mill, it could just as easily be the Battle for Publix or the Battle for Panda Express. Nicknames aside, though, this matchup had major playoff implications. Hermitage came into Friday night with only one loss to Varina. Meanwhile, the homestanding Jags' only losses were each by one score to Thomasdale and Manchester. Whatever anyone wants to call this game, it was no doubt a big one, with ebbs and flows all over the place. So to Glen Allen High School we go. Let the battle for Staples Mill commence. Homecoming night for Glen Allen. Great crowd in this one. No score first quarter. To say that special teams played a role in this one would be an understatement. Glen Allen, as I said in the first quarter, to punt number one, Bryson Robinson on the return. And Robinson's rumbling because Robinson's got room. Inside 20, inside the 15-yard line. And Hermitage was in great shape. The long punt return would set it up for this as he gives the heart to the Glen Allen faithful, saying, I love you guys. It would set it up for this. The run to the right side. What a phenomenal job AC has done. Avery Curtis turning on the Jets. 13-yard touchdown run. Just like that, Panthers on the prowl and in the lead. 7-0, 8:13 to go in the first. Still in the first. Roll out. Hermitage had their offense humming too. They could do no wrong, it seemed, in the first half. The pass. Quarterback Ben Yane finds Marcus Lee, and then same drive, second quarter. I follow the wrong man. It's a little shovel pass on an end around, and this is going to go 55 yards to pay dirt. Avery Curtis, AC, touchdown Hermitage, 14-0 Panthers. This game could be a rout, right? Well, not quite. Remember, ensuing kickoff, I said special teams would play a role. A role they did, because here comes Glen Allen. There's a hole up the seam for Jakeem Dandridge. JD for the TD. And just like that, the Jags right back in it, down 2 scores, now just down 14-7. The momentum for about 3 seconds was all Glen Allen's, but ensuing kickoff, and this is a first for SportsWire, at least in my tenure here, I've never seen 2 kickoffs return for a touchdown in a row? Are you kidding me? Check out number 12 with the Jets. Jason Alums finds the end zone, touchdown Panthers. And for a split second, Glen Allen had momentum. Hermitage took it right back, 21-7. Ensuing kickoff. Will, we're not going to have 3 kickoffs return in a row for a touchdown. No, we won't. But it is a big kickoff return. Number 5, Jakeem Dandridge. JD doing his best to get Glen Allen back in it. Then roll out. Perini, the pass. The interception over the top of the receiver. Tyson Brooks, Johnny on the spot. Huge change of momentum there as Glen Allen was in plus territory, would lead to this. Read option. Quarterback keeper. Good for decent yardage by Ben Yane. And then Yane showing off his arm to Michigan commit Andre Clark Jr. all the way down to the Glen Allen 10-yard line. And Andre Clark Jr. not done. Neither was Ben Yane. All the way to the corner, to the pylon. Touchdown Clark. Touchdown Hermitage. The Panthers ready to pounce in this one. What a first half of football for Hermitage. Yeah, I see Andre Clark. Touchdown Panthers all the way up 28-7. Glen Allen not done, not by a long shot. The pass, Puccinelli finding his receiver, Jabari Harris. Then things would take a not good twist for Glen Allen. The pass, Puccinelli hit as he throws. It's intercepted, returned for a touchdown. There would be a penalty called on Hermitage on the play on the defense, so Glen Allen would hold on to the ball, but they would lose Puccinelli with an injury on the hit as he threw. Still, Glen Allen, time for the next man up. Jump pass on 4th and goal. Touchdown, Glen Allen. Use the force, Luke. Backup quarterback Luke Perini with a touchdown throw. 28-13 at the half. Second half, kickoff. Guess who? It's JD, Jakeem Dandridge again. Another big return for Glen Allen. They got to stop kicking it to this guy. And it would set up Glen Allen on Hermitage's side of the field. Use the force, Luke! Luke Perini firing, finding his man, and tie goes to the receiver. Just kind of like in baseball, tie goes to the runner. He's safe. First down, Glen Allen. This would happen more than once, by the way. Perini firing, deep, got a man! Got two Hermitage defenders. Tie goes to the receiver, I guess. Yeah, they call that a catch as well. First and goal. Perini, use the force, Luke, or your legs. 1 yard touchdown run. Glen Allen ain't done. With the 6 point touchdown run, 28-20 with 4:51 to go. But Hermitage would never go away, and neither would their running game. They won this game up front, and Avery Curtis was the beneficiary. Great back all season. He takes advantage. All the way down inside the 2 yard line, would set it up for this. Ben Yanay dials his own number. Touchdown, Hermitage. Panthers take back control. Every time there was a window, Hermitage would respond. A huge win, 38-20, your final. Meanwhile, at the East End, it was a happy homecoming at Varina as well. Congratulations to homecoming queen. Varina Blue Devils taking on the undefeated 6-0 Hanover Hawks. You kidding me? 6-0 and only allowing just under 11 points per game. But they have not played anyone even remotely as good as the Varina Blue Devils. It's a special teams bonanza on SportsWire. Opening kickoff. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Touchdown, Varina. Jeremiah White finds Green. And he finds Pater. Touchdown, 12 seconds in. It's already 7-0 Varina. And Hanover's offense, not exactly the most explosive. Varina's defense, that's pretty darn good. Fourth down, they go for the running play. Ain't going to work. Zaire Rex with a big-time open field tackle. Nice job by that young man, which set up Varina on Hanover's side of the field. And Weiss firing, finding his man, Jeremiah White. Weiss firing, finding his man. Number 13, Shanondre Williams inside the 5 yard line. It would set it up, actually we'll call it the 8, set up for this. Easy squeezy lemon peasy, that offensive line was blowing Hanover off the ball. And good for the touchdown from 8 yards. Michael Farley, 14-0 Varina, 5:15 to go in the first. Hanover looking for something to go their way on offense, but both defensive ends get there and the D tackle get there. Number 44 credited with the sack, Dylan Washington. Defense was special for Varina. And how about Mr. Weiss, Caleb? Absolutely slippery, getting the first down there with his legs. You want more Weiss on the ground? How about a lead blocker to boot? He didn't even need him, just speed boost on the outside. Touchdown, Weiss. Touchdown, Varina. A fun homecoming night for Varina and lead blocker Jaden Baskerville. 21-0 Blue Devils. And yeah, check out this play, by the way. End of the half, pass, lateral, second lateral, a throwback to number 37. He's got a caravan. Varina was smart to be on that side of the field defensively, but still, I had to show that play. That was a very tricky play by the Hawks. Well drawn up. Varina was ready for it, though. It'd be 21-3. Hanover would end up with 3 before the half. But 21-3, we go to the third. Blue Devils. More Weiss. Slippery. Caleb Weiss to the 30, to the 35, past the 40. He's got more. Past midfield. Over 20 yards on the game for Varina, which set it up for this. Weiss on the ground was looking like old school Jameel Holloway from Oklahoma in the 1980s, except they weren't running the wishbone. Anyway, they're going to finish off the conventional way. Hand it off. Michael Farley, second TD of the night. Varina up a lot to a little. 28-3 with 4:18 to go in the third. Hanover looking for something going their way offensively. That's secondary elite as well for Varina. They get the pick. Interception. Zerad Capers. He solved that caper. Interception. Varina would go to the fourth. Want more Weiss? Here he comes. Makes it look effortless, doesn't he? First down, tiptoes the sideline all the way inside the Hanover 35. That would lead to this. Firing, finding a man, and making tacklers miss. Number 13, Shanondre Williams with a first down inside the 15. And then Weiss calling his own number. Touchdown. Varina, another big win for the Blue Devils. They take down the previously undefeated Hanover Hawks with ease. 35-3 is your final. We have a major matchup in ladies volleyball when we come back. Freeman plays host to Deep Run, both teams without many L's in the loss column. Plus, Deep Run and Freeman face off in football in a battle of two very different halves. Highlights are straight ahead.
SportsWire is your source for weekly coverage of the games and teams throughout Henrico County. The exciting highlights. The magic moments. And you get to see it all by watching SportsWire. But since we can't be everywhere, we thought we'd ask for your help. Anytime you get some exciting video or pics, share it with us.
Yeah! Come on now!
So we can share it with everyone. SportsWire, where high school sports are always the top story. Welcome back to SportsWire. Huge matchup in ladies volleyball. Freeman only 3 losses at home, hosting the Deep Run Lady Wildcats. Only 1 loss on the year for them, but they were firing early from service. Coming up, aces. Avery Ward on the serve later. Up 5-1 are the Cats in the opening set. Back come the Freeman Lady Mavs. Point, Freeman, Deep Run. Had answers, however. Mavs on the serve, setting it up. The block, however, at the front of the net. Number 6 doing the damage. Olivia Garrett's middle blocker, senior. Nice job there. And then Deep Run, though. Season momentum, hitting it where they aim. Those passers either set it up for their outside hitters or do what you just saw right there, which works wonders. Defense wasn't ready for it. Point, Deep Run. Still first set. 15-14. Wildcats at this point. That doggo hunt. That's good for the point. Megan Leaner. 25-19. Wildcats take the first set to the second. Mackenzie Dodge on the serve. Close one in the second as well. Every single one of these sets would be extraordinarily close. Great kill attempt there. Johnny on the spot. Worthy Lady Mavs with the dig. Good looking pass. Gets rewarded. Number 3 doing the damage for Douglas Freeman. Marin Johnson, outside hitter. And then it's the Mavs on the serve. 11-10 Mavs. They get the block, but it goes out. No, they do not get the tip. So point, Deep Run. Mavs. Amaya Rivas, junior setter. That shot is long, but Deep Run does get the tip call. So point, Wildcats looking for that 2-0 lead. Cannot handle the serve there. Freeman on the serve themselves. 22-21 at that point. Point, Deep Run. That would tie things up at 22, and they take the second set 25-23 in a nail-biter to the third. Freeman's at home. They're too good to let Deep Run sweep them. They get the kill right there. Number 8, Catherine Tittermary with the point. Wildcats looking for answers. Nice job right there for the point. Deep Run back in control. But this was Freeman's set that they had to have, and they acted like it. Point right there. Number 3, Marin Johnson, sophomore outside hitter. Taking care of business. And then again, Tittermary this time. The senior, she scores it. How about this for the set? Up 24-19. Great get there by Freeman's libero, and then she fouls it up with the point. Kaylee Ollygood was Ollygood. 25-19. Freeman takes the third set. They got to bring it all the way back, though, and the Wildcats made the most of the final set. That shot right there, Freeman coming up aces Tittermary with the point, but too much deep run in this one. Setting it up are the Wildcats. 24-20, looking for game, set, match. They get the block in the middle, and that'll do it. Wildcats get the win in 4. 3-1, your fight. Well, let's go back to Douglas Freeman. We saw Freeman Deep Run Girls Volleyball. How about Freeman Deep Run Football? Even the QMS Eagle is there. And yeah, the fans there to boot. Also, Campbell and Lopez. Campbell the queen, Lopez the king. Congratulations, homecoming king and queen for 2025. Tale of two halves in this one, and big plays abound for Douglas Freeman, especially for the Mavs. Long touchdown pass, George Bland. Firing and finding Caleb Fisher for the touchdown grab. Senior, 7-0. Freeman, that would be a score after 1. Yeah, big plays. You want more big plays? How about 85 yards, 75 yards. Davis to Nolan Chiswick, and Chiswick is gone. Nobody's going to catch him. Nobody even touched him. 75 yards later, it's 14-0 Freeman with only 3:53 to go in the second. This was a tale of two halves. How about this defense? Yeah, Freeman's got it. And the interception, the intercepting player so fast our camera couldn't find him until right here. Yeah, that's how fast he was. 6-point touchdown. It was a pick six for Alexander Saunders. This is going to be a blowout, 21-0 at the half. But I said, tale of two halves. Not quite like the Broncos and Giants on Sunday. Don't remind me, but this game kind of did. But similar in some ways. No way deep run comeback, right? Wrong. Paxton Hastings, the quarterback. Don't get too hasty with Hastings. Hastings got to take it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. And got hit late to boot. 21-7, 9:28 to go. We go to the fourth quarter. Still 21-7. They're still down 2 scores. No way they're going to come back. A little razzle-dazzle, end around, little flip pass. Becoming more and more popular in all avenues of football. Hastings to number 2, Cullen Birch. Straw that stirs the drink on offense and defense, right? And then running to the right and got some blockers inside the 1-yard line. Deep run in business, number 7 with the carry, and then the pass. Got a man, touchdown. Don't look now. All of a sudden, the catch by Cole Price. The price is right, and the score is a little bit more right for deep run. Just down 21-14, 2:57 to go in the fourth. But tick, tick, tick. Defense needs a stop. They got nothing but stops in the second half. Nice tackle inside there. How about Freeman on 3rd down and long? How about a safe pass? Keep the clock going? Yeah, but deep run was there to get the stop. Number 15, Joseph Mitchell with a stop. 59.5 seconds to go, 21-14. Back to pass. Hastings. Not going to be hasty. Going to throw it left. What a catch! Unbelievable grab by Zayed Abubakar Sheedy. You got to see this again. Slow-mo replay. The Sportswire slow-mo tips it to himself. Goes down, makes the grab. There are 3 Freeman Mavericks there. Count them 4 by the time he corrals it. Well, it worked one time. Why not go to the well one more? This time, 5 Freeman defenders. They still make the catch. Cole Price. Price is right. Tick, tick, tick. Freeman's got to go. Got to go. Deep run's got to go fast. How about going to the well the 3rd time? The 3rd time was not the charm for deep run, but it was for Douglas Freeman. Intercepted. Robert Fishburne says, I got the ball. We got the win. Mavs a big homecoming victory. 21-14, they hold off. Deep run.
Well, it's back to ladies volleyball when we return. Could Glen Allen get a win on senior night when they take on Tucker? Plus, the Godwin Lady Eagles look to stay unbeaten in field hockey when Mechanicsville comes calling. That and more next.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to Sports Wire. Godwin, Patrick Henry, field hockey. And the Godwin Eagles still undefeated. Only a few games remaining in the regular season. We're going to stay that way. She shoots, she scores! First quarter action, Kaylee Campbell, the junior, with the goal. Godwin up 1-0. 8 minutes to play in the first. More from Mills Godwin. Kick save and a beauty by the Mechanicsville keeper. However, it would still be 1-0 after one, and the pressure, they kept getting corners like it was going out of style. He was Halloween candy. Firing, shot, tipped away in a beaut. Mechanicsville trying to stay with it. They do clear it, but they would draw yet another corner. Would Mills Godwin. And eventually, you give a good team this many chances to score, it's going to work out in their favor. Mills Godwin is better than just a good team. They capitalize. She shoots, she scores! Zoe Murphy makes it 2-0 Godwin. There'd be more goals where that would come from. It'd be 2-0 after two. Switching sides, third quarter, and more than their third corner. It's like the 10th corner. The shot just goes wide. Nice job by the Mustangs keeper, but the pressure would continue. More from Godwin, firing, finding the back of the net. She shoots, she scores. Put the biscuit in the basket for Mia Fairman, senior forward/midfielder. And Godwin in control, up 3-0 at this point. More Godwin attacking in the zone, firing, somehow blisters that one past the keeper, Emma Sampson. Also a senior midfielder/defender. She gets her name in the score ledger, and then tremendous save right there by the Mustangs. I feel like a broken record here. Goalie was very busy for Mechanicsville, but sticking with it is Mills Godwin. She shoots, she scores. I believe that was Danica Koenig, and Godwin gets the win. They're still unbeaten. 5-0, you're fine. Back to ladies volleyball, senior night. Tucker at Glen Allen, and the Lady Jags celebrating their seniors, and really cool moments spent in practice, making friends, even tears of joy in this one. And they all got a little goodie bag as well. Good stuff at Glen Allen. They were hoping to duplicate the festivities with some points on the court. Tucker was here to play. Early action, they get the serve and the bounce go their way. Point JRT. Up 2-1 are the Lady Tigers, but that'll work. Sarah Swidam with the point. Then Jags on the serve. Tigers get it over 18-11 at this point. What a job by Tillman on the kill attempt, and Glen Allen, I should say. Tucker could not get that back over. Jaden Tillman with the point. I guess that was kind of her rise ball from softball. Remember, the softball pitcher helped guide Glen Allen to their first ever softball state title last spring. Yes, she plays a mean set of volleyball as well. One of the seniors being celebrated on this night. Another point for Glen Allen right there. And the Jags would not take their feet off the pedal in the opening set. That dog will hunt as well. Sarah Swidam on the serve. Glen Allen, Lady Jags coming up aces and coming up with the win, 25-14. They win the first set. On to the second. Great serve by Tucker, but there were answers from Glen Allen. That dog will hunt. Diana Paget with the point right there. Later, 18-14. Tucker on the comeback trail. Point. Tigers. Nicely done in the middle. Then Tigers on the serve. 18-16 at this point. Tillman to the rescue. Point. Tillman. Point. Jags. Things going Glen Allen's way. Looking for the second set. Tucker getting it over. Setting it up is Glen Allen, and they get the point from the outside. I'm going to say it was Shika Kokler Lakota with the point there. And then, not done yet, are the Tucker Tigers. Not by a long shot. Mira Parkinson with the point. Tucker trying to stay in this one. Great job on the shot from the outside this time. Elizabeth Price. Price is right for her, but set point opportunity for Glen Allen. They would take advantage. Knocking it down. Point, set, Jags, 25-19. A close one But Padgett had answers. Dana Padgett with the point later. Down 1-0, Tillman. Off the deflection, that dog will hunt for the point. Glen Allen looking for the 3-set sweep. If they could get it on senior night. Trailing 2-1, make it 2-2. Tillman. Once again, you want more Tillman, you'll see more of her at the end. Tillman here on the serve. Tucker gets it over. Glen Allen setting it up and knocking it down. Number 7, Autumn Jonas with the point. Then Tigers back at it. Tied at 14 here in the third, so it's anybody's match. But Coker Lakota with the point. And Lakota again, this time on the serve. Yeah, I don't want to keep butchering the last name, so I'm going to use the last half of it. Setting it up 24-17. Look for game, set, match. Tillman! High degree of improbability. She gets game, set, match point. And Glen Allen wins on senior night. 3-0 is your final. Back to the gridiron we go at Henrico. Happy homecoming to Mr. Chad Young, senior defensive back, also the homecoming queen, and one of the Henrico Warrior dancers. Congratulations, homecoming court, king and queen, class of 2025, Henrico Warriors. This is your night. Unfortunately, it was also Mechanicsville's night running the football. Brennan Ball could not be stopped. Neither could the running attack from the Mustangs. Early action, quarterback going to take it down to about the 1-yard line. He thought he got in. Instead, he's going to hand the football off. Running back, as I said, Brennan Ball was a thorn in the side of Henrico. 7-0 at that point. More from Mechanicsville. They didn't have to throw it much, but when they did, they usually found results. That'll work. Good for a first down. Still first quarter highlights. That pass would set it up for this. Just give the rock to this guy. Number 8, Brennan Ball with the touchdown run. 14-0 Matoaka Ball. 299 yards rushing on the day. Wasn't all bad news for Henrico. Second quarter, firing, finding, wide receiver, Josiah Thompson. And then, number 2, little slingshot, firing, finding. His receiver, again for first down, Jalen Wilson. It was Kayvon Johnson at quarterback. However, they could not quite find the end zone. So, back to Henrico, firing, finding, dangerous pass, but he hooks up. Johnson to Wilson. Which would lead to this. Look, go that way. I'm running this way. Roll out, firing, finding. The wrong jersey. Unfortunately, that's Trevor Queensberry for the Mustangs. It would set it up for this. As good as Ball was, number 23 also had one heck of a night himself. Rushing the football, good for the touchdown, 21-0 Mechanicsville. And that later would lead to this next quarter. Easy squeezy, lemon peasy. There goes Brennan Ball. 299 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mechanicsville as a team had over 400 yards rushing on the night. Their defense was pretty good too. Henrico made some plays through the air. This is one of them. Great job by number 1, Chad Young, homecoming king with the catch. Receivers had a pretty nice evening, but the Mechanicsville secondary came up with 4 interceptions on the night. They beat Henrico 35-0. Other scores. Highland Springs continues their winning ways, 29-16 over Friendship Collegiate, as opposed to regular collegiate. Patrick Henry takes down Tucker, 35-7.
Remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address, sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us. Be sure to follow us on X and follow us on Instagram, and check out episodes like this one on YouTube. I can't wait to see ya next time on Sportswire.